Let the Dogs Out, the podcast designed to help you enjoy life with your best friend without all the frustrations. Join us each week as we help families across the country do just that. I'm your host, Corey, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Sally.
And today, we've got a Q&A for you folks, but we're turning the tables a little bit today. I am going to ask Sally the questions, and she has no clue what the questions
I've got
are.
no clue. He told me he'd set up today's podcast, and he's not given me a clue as to what's happening.
Yeah, so
I'm
I'm
nervous.
asking the questions today.
I'm nervous.
Because normally she's asking me and I don't know the questions. But on a regular episode, you guys ask the questions.
Mm-hmm.
She asked them to me for you guys. So if you want to write in a question, you can do that by...
I do have one. Sally@wonderdogtraining.com.
There it is. That's the one. So we're going to ask Sally some questions today that I think will be helpful to people. But our trivia question of the day, and if you want to find out the answer, stick with us to the end, is which dog breed was originally bred to hunt lions in southern Africa? Do you know it?
No.
Or you don't?
No.
Okay. Well, I'll give you all some hints later then. But if you want the answer, stick with us to the end.
It's got to be something that runs fast
And it's big.
and is big.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if it's necessarily developed to hunt lions, but bay lions maybe. Anyways.
Okay. I'll think on that one. I'll ponder.
Yeah. Track and hold them at bay. Yeah, they weren't bred to kill lions. Because I remember the first time I was like, I met one and I was like, wow. And I looked into the breed. I'm like, wow, that's crazy. But I misunderstood. These bay lions. Anyways, still cool.
Okay.
But yeah, that's our trivia question today. For you guys, for those of you guys who don't know us, my name's Corey. I'm the founder of Wonder Dog Training. Started the first day of 2018, and helped families, a lot of families across multiple cities and states enjoy life with their best friend without all the frustrations.
But tell them the exciting...
I was gonna wait till after.
Oh, he's going to wait. It's exciting. I'm Sally. I'm part of the admin. So phone calls, podcasts, payroll, inventory, jack of all trades, master of none.
There it is. So that's who we are. Normally we do Q&As or dog talks. So those are kind of the formats that we have. And we do some interviews too. Dog talks where we come on and talk to you about dogs, dog ownership, dog training, just dogs overall, I suppose. And we break down big topics. We just did one, I think last week about how to calm your dog down. That'll be a big asset for us moving forward, just because it's how to actually calm your dog down, and it works really well. So go check out that one. That's what we did last week. We do Q&As. Once again, that's where you guys write in the questions. And then we do interviews. We've done a few interviews so far, probably 4 or 5 over the year and a half that we've been doing this. So if you want to go back and check some of those out, you can. That's the format. And I was going to say, if you guys like the show, you're getting value out of it, you learn anything, hit subscribe, share, all that kind of good stuff. That would mean the world to me and Sally. We are going to keep doing it regardless. But we do like seeing the numbers go up and spreading the word about what we're doing here. So,
do we know how many subscribers we have now? No?
Nope, I haven't looked in a while.
Okay. That'd be fun to look at in the future.
Oh, just reading the comments from last week. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Well, the big news she was talking about this month, we're recording this on October 1st, which will be coming out next Monday, which I guess is 5 days away. So October 5th or 6th or something like that. Anyways, regardless, but this month marks 10 years as a dog trainer, a whole decade doing this, which is crazy because I'm like, I woke up this morning and I remember, I'm like, oh yeah, October, that's when I became a dog trainer. I think a little bit further in the month. It wasn't like the beginning of October. It's just like October 1st, boom, became a dog trainer. It's a little bit later in the month, but still, this month marks 10 years as a dog trainer. So, I woke up this morning and I was walking and I was like, wow, I cannot believe it. I have stuck with something for 10 years.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And he had to let me know at ridiculous o'clock.
Yeah, I called you about 8 o'clock. It's not that early.
No, I've been up for a while.
I'm just pumped.
He was a baby.
I was. We're going to do a decade, of experience in an hour episode at some point this month or whatnot.
I think that'd be good.
Just break down all the, lessons learned, all that kind of stuff. Yeah. I'll probably put out a message there for young trainers too, because I've been taking notes on what I'd go back and tell myself if I could talk to the 19-year-old dog trainer.
That would be interesting.
That I used to be. So anyways, that'll be coming out sometime this month.
Great.
But it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
It is crazy.
Yeah. What a good 10 years though.
Yay.
What a good 10 years. I mean,
Yeah, and I asked you this morning at 8 o'clock, did you see yourself back then becoming who you are today and having this company that's growing around you?
No, not at all. Yeah, no, wanted to train dogs. I wanted to do protection dogs and police dogs, and now I don't do either of those. I'll get back into that one day, but I don't for now. And I just, I had no clue. No clue. But I knew that when I came upon the idea when I was 18 or 19, I guess I was 18. But I knew when I came upon that idea, I was 19 actually. I was like, wow, that's what I remember where I was at the car dealership. I was in the parking lot and I was like, oh, wow, I could do that for my whole life. Mm-hmm. And that was it. That's all she wrote. Found a job, quit my job.
There we go.
I put in a notice, but they let me go. So, and then started working with dogs. And then that was all she wrote. I was like, I'm going to do this forever. So, anyways, just cool stuff. Anyways.
It is cool.
That's my update.
It is cool stuff because I've been with you for over 6 years, and
button up on 6.5.
And you've changed the whole concept of Wonder Dog since I started.
I feel like multiple times.
Well, I was being polite.
So
yeah, Corey's a bit like squirrel.
Yeah, to say the least. Better these days.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways, how's Sully doing?
Doing good. Yeah, really good. We bumped into, there's a neighbour of ours who's got a little female English cream, and she's all dainty and cute looking, and him like bull in a china shop buster. He's like, "Urgh." And every time he sees her, he goes crazy because he wants to go up to her. He doesn't jump on her or anything. He's just really excited to see her. And then I'm thinking, is it because he sees another dog like himself, or is it just because she's a female and he's got hormones running around him like something gone crazy?
I don't know. Is she fixed?
Is who fixed?
The other dog.
I never asked. I ought to ask that because one day it might get a little bit out of hand because I won't be able to hold him back.
Be like, let go.
It's like, I've got the urge. Leave me alone.
Oh, that's funny.
But yeah, it's cute. And she is little and dainty, but he looks a real bruiser when he's up against her.
Yeah.
But it's cute.
Yeah, that does sound cute. I don't know. Who knows? I might get Sully a girlfriend. You'd have your hands full.
Oh, yeah.
You'd have your hands full.
Mm-hmm. I have my hands full now.
You'd have your hands extra,
without
extra
any
full.
extra happening with that boy.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny.
His other friend is, because I look at him and think he's really big compared to Sasha. But his other best friend is a Bernie Doodle who towers above him, and he becomes really submissive when he's with him. His name is Nachos. He's adorable. His feet are huge. He's a massive boy. And he puts his paw on Sully's back. And of course his mum has to tell him to stop it, that Sully doesn't like it. Sully freezes.
He's like, what is happening to me?
I know. Every time
I want to bring him over to my parents' house to have a play date with Osa.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Yeah, she wants a friend so bad, but Mia doesn't want to play with her, Charlie doesn't want to play with her, so.
Sully would play with her.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And he has a huge yard to run around in. I need to borrow him one day.
Yeah, borrow him, take him, run some of that energy off.
Yeah. Well, I guess we should jump into the show.
Have you not got any updates for this week?
What do you mean? I just did. 10 years as a dog trainer.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about Miss Mia.
No, I mean, not much. Yeah, not much updates there.
Okay.
Not much updates. Well, last episode we put out, The Secret to a Calm Dog, Tips for a Calmer Pup. I don't like the title of that. I should change that. But anyways, Stafford, if you remember, we said last time he asked the previous episode, he commented and said, are y'all ever going to open up a branch in Hawaii? And we said, hey, Stafford, you could be the dog trainer in Hawaii.
Yes,
and he said,
did.
LOL, no training for me. So I guess that is out.
Stafford.
I guess Wonder Dog Hawaii is still on pause at the moment. So,
yeah.
And then we got another comment. This was yesterday. And she says, and this is Maggie's mom, Robin. And she is currently in training with us. And
cool.
She said, well, Sally, you sure know your breeds. Clap, clap, clap emoji.
I surprised myself, Robin.
She really did good that one, but she doesn't know the trivia question
don't
today.
know
So
this.
we'll see if we can give her some hints later.
Yeah.
But anyways, she says, I have a question. Do you think a dog should be put up, kenneled at the same time every night as to set a routine and be consistent, similar to children? Thanks, Maggie's mom, Robin. Great episode, by the way. Very informative. Thank you for that, by the way. Yeah, I would say it's probably more about the routine itself rather than like the time or whatnot. Because yeah. So overall, I would say yes, it's best to be consistent. So if you generally go to bed in between like 10 and 11 every night, I think that's like a fine window, and you can put the dog down and just do all the same stuff. Let her out for a potty right before. Start turning off the lights, whatever it is. Put the dog in the crate. Just go through your little nighttime routine. But yeah, I think overall it's probably best to keep a similar routine and stuff like that. I would say my bedtime shifts like a couple hours depending on the day, like in between like 10 and midnight every day or whatnot. And Mia just knows like, hey, when he starts walking back to the bedroom, it's time to go to sleep. So she gets up and follow me no matter what the time is. So, but she's also outgrown the kennel too. She sleeps on a dog bed in my room for the most part.
My two tell me when it's bedtime.
Yeah, I was about to say, some dogs will just go to bed early. Some dogs go to
Mine
bed
are
early.
like, what the heck?
She's got a big dog too, so I'm surprised her dog doesn't put her to bed. Just be like, all right, time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the same lady we did the pawing question for. My dog paws me. Should I get off the couch or should the dog get off the couch? I think this is the same woman.
Cute. But yeah.
But anyways, so overall, yeah, I'd say it's good to be consistent and set a routine. Because I don't have any like human kids yet. I'd love to one day if the Lord blesses me with that. But people tell me all the time that dog training and kid raising is very similar in terms of principles, different applications. But in terms of principles, just being consistent, routine, standards, holding the line, all that kind of stuff. Apparently, it's pretty similar. So
I agree.
I've had a number of people tell me over there who do have human kids. They're like, you're going to be a great dad one day because all you know that about dog training and stuff.
Just don't put them in a crate.
Don't put them in a crate. But I will say, similar to crate training, one time, this is one of our former employees, Casey, who has Elvis, and we've talked about him a number of times on the show. She was sleep training her second baby. She's got a third one now. Congratulations. But she was sleep training her second baby, and she was talking to me about it, and I was giving her advice on how to sleep train a baby. Now, I have never sleep trained a baby, never researched sleep training a baby, but I'm like, and she's like, how do you know all this stuff? Or I was telling her stuff about the problems that she was having. I was like, well, you should try this or do this. And she's like, wow, how do you know so much about that? I'm like, I've trained 1 million puppies.
Yeah.
Like, it's the same concept.
Thing.
It's just ghost cries. If they cry, if you let them out, they're going to cry louder the next time you put it,
Don't just go in and give them an attention. Don't talk to them.
Negative attention is better than none. Although you shouldn't be giving negative attention to your baby for crying, but you get the idea. Anyways, you go first. Ask me your question, then I'll jump into my interview.
Absolutely. Okay. So this person said, when I take my dog for a walk, she tries to take it for a walk. It sits down or drags behind. She's having to drag it along on the way out for the walk.
On the way home, the dog pulls.
But on the way back, the dog's pulling and running because it can't wait to get back home.
Yeah, I've seen this a number of times over the years. I would say the short answer is like, you've got to fix two problems. You got to fix the dog like not wanting to walk, and then you've got to fix the dog pulling you. So as there's two separate problems. But yeah, I would say whenever it comes to the sitting and not wanting to walk, just keep walking with the dog. So like give intention, give, take, holding tension, breaking whenever the dog breaks, breaking the tension of the leash whenever the dog breaks and stuff like that, rewarding the dog, things like that whenever the dog's not walking. And then whenever the dog is pulling, just simple thing you can do with like, flat collar, slip lead, prong collar, something like that. Is just every time the dog starts pulling you on the way home, just do a little circle, spin around, start going the opposite way to tell the dog, hey, every time you pull, we're actually going to go the opposite way. Very simple little stuff you can do just to start right now, but I would say start there.
That's good. See,
but yeah, I've seen it a bunch over the years, so this is not uncommon by any means. So don't feel discouraged or like, why is my dog doing this? It's I'd say it's not normal, but I've seen it a bunch over the years.
Yeah. Sully doesn't sit on his walks, but he's like more pulley going out than when he comes back.
And that's more typical. They've got all that energy. They burn the energy because they've been pulling and stuff, and then they
he
walk
wants to go to his special pee-pee place. So we have to change the route up a little. Otherwise, it's just like, It's like, I know where we're going and I'm going there quickly.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's a real thing. Okay, well,
Oh, no,
now
I'm
the tables have
nervous.
turned. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Okay, yeah.
What's one thing you've never admitted to anybody ever? I'm just kidding.
What the heck?
I'm just kidding.
I
Okay.
fell for that. I was like, what is he doing?
What's the main problem that people call you about? If you had to put it all in one bucket, what's the main problem that people call you about?
Their dogs are too hyper.
What's the byproduct of the dog being too hyper? Like, what are the behaviors that they call you about?
Jumping up at people, not listening, not coming back when called, just zoomies. Yeah. They all tend to be on the younger side, I think, these
You
dogs.
say younger, you mean like sub 2 years or sub a year?
Sub 2.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Yeah. But it's,
What's the most odd call you've ever gotten? Like odd request, like, hey, my dog's doing this.
I don't think we've had any odd ones. We've had embarrassing ones, like dogs humping
Yeah.
young toddlers. I had a lady the other day that said one of her dogs is obsessed, and this is a bit obsessed with licking the other dog's private areas.
That's a little gross.
Yeah. So I don't think I've had unusual, this is what they're doing.
Yeah.
But that's,
We had a guy call us one time to try to get us to snake-proof his dog. You remember that?
Snake proof. I can't remember that one.
Yeah, you called me and asked me, you're like, can we do that? And I'm like, no, I'm not messing with snakes. Never.
No, I wouldn't.
Call
either.
somebody else. We're not doing that.
We don't specialize in that area.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd forgotten about that one. I talk to so many people.
I'm just thinking of some of the ones that we can't talk about on the show. We've gotten some crazy calls over the years.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Let me do a shout out to one of our special ladies though. So Miss Dory with Charlie
Yeah.
said to me the other day. She always makes me laugh because she calls and she's very upset with Charlie because he doesn't do as he's told for her, and she's embarrassed. And we keep going out and training, and Charlie does great. And she always knows that it's herself that's like not quite up to speed with it.
Right.
But she says the most funny things. And I tell her, I'm like, you just make my day. You're calling because you're distressed, but you make my day. The other day she said, would we have a plaque put on the wall as her being the longest in training client we've ever had?
Oh, she definitely is by far.
I know, but
Yeah, because I mean, we've been training the same dog for years and years and years.
and she
years.
knows,
I mean,
and
like,
it's so funny. And she said,
she was a referral from like a 2019, definitely a 2020 client, because I remember training their dogs during COVID, but she was like a
Yeah.
2020 client.
yeah.
So, yeah.
5
years later, here we are.
And she's so lovely.
I've literally got letters. I've got a letter post. Like every time you help her, by the way, she's super sweet. She
She's
writes a
so-
handwritten card, mails it to you, and writes
Yeah.
handwritten cards to you as a thank
And
you
she
note.
sent us cake.
She did. I never even ate any.
I
whenever
didn't
my
have
diet
any
was
of
off
that
either.
cake
Oh my
neither.
goodness. Okay.
Is it
Anyways,
still in
but
there?
yeah, I don't know. I've got letters from her posted up in my office, and I've got one hanging up at home too on the wall, like where I've got a bunch of letters.
So
and
she
stuff.
wants we can either have a plaque on the wall, or she wouldn't mind if it was on a bench.
Yeah.
Where people can
Jessie
sit.
said she would have Charlie too. She was like, I love that little dog so much. He's so cute. Okay, moving on.
But yeah, cuteness. We love Dory.
What if you? By the way, full disclosure, Sally's not a dog trainer. She's been around dog training for a long time now, like almost 6.5 years, but she's not a trainer. That is the only job she has not fulfilled at Wonder Dog at this time. She's done sales. She's done literally everything here other than actually train the dogs. But you've been around it enough. What do you think the key to dog training is?
Consistency and repetition.
What do you mean by that?
That you address the behavior So you're going to use positives and corrections to address whatever behaviour it is. And of course, you're going to do some, like the rewards. But whatever you decide you're going to do, you do it the same every time.
Yeah.
And keep doing it, especially with the younger dogs. They need it over and over and over until it becomes muscle memory.
So it's synced in their little
Yeah.
brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. So you'd say that's the consistency part. Would you? I guess you'd also say that's the repetition part.
Repetition, because you do it the same time every time.
Yeah.
So
What do you? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, so like potty training,
Right.
because that's one of the first things you really tackle, don't you, when you get a new puppy or something. It needs to be, they wake up, they go outside, they've
Right.
had something to eat, they go outside, they've had Zoom is straight outside.
Right.
So if you keep that repetition going, they'll start to do it themselves and maybe go to the door or ring the bells or whatever you want them to do.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. What else? Anything else that you'd add to that? The key to dog training?
Get a good trainer.
Gotcha.
Don't do it by yourself.
All right. Rock on. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's one mistake that you see dog owners make a lot or hear about them making, I suppose?
That they don't correct them enough, and they don't correct them the correct way the first time. Especially, I would say, this sounds really sexist, but I think it's females that they don't give them the corrections. I don't know what the word to use without it sounding like it's something horrible. But like correcting on the leash, you know how you do the give and the
The what?
pop
Given
them. The pop on the leash.
Yeah. The pop on, we don't pop them for the record.
Whatever. I don't know what to say. I'm not a dog trainer. You
give on the leash and
give
you
on the
take
leash
the slack out
and you
as a
take
correction.
the slack as a correction. I
I'm just saying
think
because you said pop them, and I'm saying we do. That could be like pop them. We
No,
don't do that.
no,
you're giving a pop on the leash. Yeah,
the pop on the leash. I think sometimes we don't do it firm enough.
Are you including you in this category?
Yeah. To register with the dog, and then we wonder why they're
Right.
still doing the unwanted behavior.
Right. So you'd say overall is like not correcting them consistently, and then not
And effectively.
right, and then not correcting them in the proper way. That was what you said originally, and then now it's kind of like adding in. Also, just not wanting to kind of turn the level of correction up to what's needed for the dog, basically.
I don't think a lot of people realize that it's not firm enough. And
Is it that, or do you
and it
think they
takes the
feel bad if
trainer-
they have to
Well,
correct
yeah.
them harder than what
yeah,
they
that's
maybe
another.
deem?
Yeah, I think that's another part of it as well.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. I could agree with that sentiment for the most part. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I think another thing, part of it too, is just that I always tell people, like, if you're worried about correcting your dog up front, you don't have to worry about overcorrecting your dog. Mm-hmm. You know, like
Too
if
true.
you're one of the people
Yeah.
that are like worried about it, you don't need to worry about it because you're not
Yeah.
going to do it.
Well, people, especially with the remote collars, always say, "Oh, I don't want to hurt the dog or cause it,
Right.
pain, blah blah blah." And they're the ones, aren't they? You reassure them and say, "If you feel like that, there's no way that you're going to overdo it."
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, absolutely. So just not correct them enough, consistent, not doing it the right way, not matching the level of correction with the behavior or what
it all
is
comes
actually
into
needed.
the one little,
Yeah.
all under the same umbrella.
Yeah. Anything else that you'd add to that? Maybe that was the biggest mistake you see dog owners make. Any other mistakes that you'd say that you hear them making that you'd want to be like, hey, if I could tell them this?
They don't get the right dog for their lifestyle.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So I had a gentleman the other day, and he is trying to rehome this little dog, and he's up there in years. I think he was, if I remember rightly, I think he said he was around that 80, and he'd got this young puppy, and it's a little terrier, and it's got lots of energy, and it's totally out of his league.
I say, boy, you better get a treadmill. You better get a treadmill or something. Man, I think about that for myself, though. I'm like, because I'm a dog man, like through and through, and like I've made my whole life about dogs. And I really wonder if, like, when I'm 80, am I going to be that way too? Where I get a puppy and I'm like, I've been doing this my whole life, Where I get, like I'm 80, my wife is, 75, whatever it is. And it's like, I buy a Malinois puppy because I'm like, I've been doing this my whole life,
I don't have any other breed than a Malinois.
Yeah. And so
Yeah,
then
but
it's
the
like,
difference
but then I
is
go
you're
out.
trained.
Right. Sure. But still, I'll still be 80. I'll still be an 80-year-old man.
Yeah, you won't have maybe
God
not
willing.
have the same energy level,
Right.
but you know what you're taking on.
But there's some old guys out there that like have some good dogs that are like old though, They're really, I don't know how
Yeah.
old, but they're old, you know.
But how many people, no matter what walk of life and how old and anything, they tend to have dogs that don't fit
Sure.
their lifestyle,
Yeah.
their energy levels, all those things.
Yeah, somebody told me this the other day. They were like, "Oh yeah, you should make a podcast about that, about like matching your dog to your lifestyle or whatnot." I'm like, I've screamed it
have
from
to.
the hilltops. The problem is that people don't listen before they go get a dog. They get a dog and then they're
Yeah.
like, "Here, fix it." I'm like,
Yeah.
"No, you just want me to stop it from doing everything. It's a baby. It's a puppy."
Yeah.
Uh,
And it's also got instincts, hasn't it? How many people go for like German Shepherds because they're beautiful looking dogs, but they don't take into account that they're a working dog and they need a job to do and they need lots of exercise. And
Yeah. I've got a good one. This was one of my first clients I ever had. Like this might have been around the same time as you, maybe before you came along. I don't remember. This guy calls me and he's like, "Hey, I live in Texas, but I bought my mom a puppy." And she is, I think, either mid to late 80s, maybe early 90s. On oxygen tubes, German Shepherd puppy.
no.
Yeah.
See what I mean? That's
In a
crazy.
really rough part of Memphis. And she'd lived there her whole life. Like she's like one of those people that had been like there her whole life and never kind of got bad around her or whatnot. But
Yeah.
I went over there every Saturday morning, very early, like 7 a.m. on Saturday mornings, and I'd go train the dog, very faithfully. And I remember it working out really well because the guy was very happy. His mom was very happy about it and whatnot. And like, but that was one where it's like, challenged me as a young trainer because I really had to like work out like, okay, like this lady's very limited mobility.
Yeah.
The dog is, hyper. Like, what do we do
Yeah.
here? And
Yeah.
so I really had to kind of come up with a plan. I don't remember all the details. I just remember like her having an oxygen tube and the dog trying to chew on the oxygen tube.
Oh,
And she's
no.
like, I was like, well, in this case, we do have to make that like a pretty big correction to tell the puppy, like, hey, okay, you could chew on, we don't want you to chew on anything, but definitely
But
not
definitely
this,
not that.
because she's literally,
Jeez.
yeah. But that was one of my first clients I ever had. I still remember the family. I'm not
Yeah.
going to say it, but I remember the families like
Yeah.
David everything to this day.
Yeah, I think you would remember that one.
Nothing like those early clients to like,
Oh, yeah. But when we look back on all the years, we ought to do a reminiscence session. We've had some amazing clients.
you remember the time that we thought the person was dead when we got to their house? And so then
And you
broke into their
broke
house.
in. They were having a nap. But that's good. That shows what a
Look,
caring company we
When
are.
we say we deliver wow, we really mean it.
Yeah.
She woke up and was like, wait, what?
What what?
Why are the dog trainers in
Could
my
you
bedroom?
imagine waking up and seeing you towering above them? What
Like,
the
I don't
heck?
remember what her name was. Miss Jones, we thought you were dead. And she's like, no, just having a
No,
nap.
just having a nap.
Her dogs are going ballistic. There's like 4 of them. They're just all barking and
Such fun.
I'll be honest though, like when you get old like that, it has to happen where it's like, you're just now like, okay, this happened to me the other night. It was Sunday night. This was a few weeks ago. Mia was sleeping and just completely still. Like I thought she had stopped breathing. I thought she had died in bed. And I was like, so I was like, I don't remember what I was doing. I was maybe trying to move her or something like that. I'm like, hey, Mia. And not moving, not responding to my voice, nothing like that. And I'm like, oh my God, she's dead. So I'm like, grab her and start shaking her and stuff. She's like, whoa,
She woke
whoa.
up. She's like, what the heck are you doing?
Yeah, just pissed off. Like, why'd you wake me up like that? But so I don't know. Old
I was
people
in
and
a
old dogs,
deep
they nap pretty good.
Deep sleep.
Yeah, like freaking knocking on death's door and had to wake her up. So,
Bless her.
Gotcha. Well, no, good discussion. Okay, last one I had for you. If you could tell every dog owner only one thing, what would it be? If you got to speak to everybody that had a dog and you had to give them one message, it doesn't have to be one sentence or one word. It can be just one message though. What would it be? You should ask me this on our decade episode. It's a good question.
Don't put off doing things with them. Special things, going on outings, just loving on them. Don't get a dog just to put out in the backyard or put in a crate. It's like, let them be part of the family, do things with them because they're not here long enough. They're gone in a blink of an eye.
Yeah. Yeah, like I think it was last episode, but it might have been 2 episodes ago, but I said, I think the Bible says, if I'm not, the sentiment is in the Bible for sure, but it's, it's the man's life is but a vapor. And I said, your dog's life is a vapor inside of a vapor. It's like, if you're lucky, you get 70, 80 good years or whatnot, and it's like, can't start getting dogs till you're 20, I guess by yourself as an adult where it's like your official dog or whatnot. So it's like, I guess you could have multiple dogs at the same time, but it's like, you might get 4 or 5 good ones.
Yeah.
Make it count. Make it count.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because they sure make a big impact on our lives.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Give them back what they give us.
That's good.
Because they're just there to love us.
Yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah.
So.
Nobody's ever greeted me at the door so pleased to see me than one of my dogs.
Or even Mia. Mia loves whenever you come.
I know. Mia fetches a ball or a frisbee to me. She used to growl at me at first.
No, now you're like BFFs.
But now it's like, Auntie Sally's here.
Yeah. I think that's all my questions for you.
Well, that wasn't as bad as I was expecting. The first question that really got me was one thing you've never told anybody else. I was like, beep. What the heck?
Oh, that's funny.
Trouble is with me though, my heart's on my sleeve. I tell everybody just about everything.
Yeah, no, that's true. One thing I was thinking about this week that I wanted to bring up on this week's show is there are these. I'm sure you've got them in your neighborhood, but you pass those little signs and it's like, please pick up after your dog, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you seen any before that's like, don't let your dog poop in my yard, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
I go past one every day.
Yeah.
And it's coming down the hill.
Yeah.
And it says, you are being watched. You are on camera. Do not let your dog pee or poop on my yard. And there's a whole line of them down the.
That's the most extreme I've ever heard about.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's the most extreme I've ever heard about. But I was walking in the neighborhood the other day by the shop without Mia, and I passed a sign that said, I passed 2. One, and I've seen them before, but I've just never really paid attention to them. But today, I don't know, that day it kind of struck me. But one is, please clean up after your dog, and it's like person picking up dog poop, little picture of it.
Yeah.
And then one said poop free zone. And then they had another sign at the end of the yard that said, don't let your dog boop in my yard. And so I'm like, that's kind of crazy that like, I get it. If you want somebody to clean up, but it's like dogs just poop. Like, and if my dog starts to poop in your yard, what do you want me to do? Just pull him and run him down to the next yard or something like that,
Drag them down.
Yeah. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. I don't know. It's their yard, so they can do what they want to. Maybe I'm wrong about this, but I'm like, I feel like if you want to have like a, please clean up after your dog sign, I feel like that's appropriate. But
yeah.
Like, don't let your dog poop in my yard. It's like, well, okay.
Well, every time
And honestly, I'm the type of person, if you tell me not to do something, I want to do it so much more.
That says a lot about him, doesn't it?
It does. But it's like, I wouldn't even have thought about it.
Well,
I want Mia to poop on that person's yard.
I go past this yard because it's on the main road, and I go past it every day, and I'm forever looking for the camera. I'm like, where have they hidden the camera?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are being watched.
Yeah, there probably is a camera.
There may be, but I don't let Saul go on it anyway. So
yeah, people have cameras all over the place,
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand people that have cameras like inside their house, like in their living room or whatnot, because it's like that all goes somewhere. I don't know where it goes, but it goes somewhere, you know? And so, like, I'll be sitting at people's houses doing appointments with them or whatnot, you know, meeting them, telling them about training and stuff. And they've got a camera just in their living room, just sitting and watching them watch TV. And I'm like, this is so strange. Why?
Well,
I get the outside of the house.
I think most of them are for if somebody gets in the house so you can see them ransacking. But isn't it not proactive to have cameras outside of the house?
I'm sure they do.
So they don't want to get in there.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. But anyways. But yeah, that's just something I was thinking about this week is like, I get it.
Yeah.
I guess I wouldn't want dogs pooping in my yard either, but
Yeah.
it is kind of a pet peeve whenever I see people at our apartments, like their dogs poop and they don't pick it up. But
Yeah.
what are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, some people take revenge, don't they? Have you seen that? Where they pick up the dog's poo and then deposit it back to who owns it. Because especially like if you're in a neighbourhood, you pretty much know which dogs belong at which house.
Yeah. Maybe if it was like an everyday thing or something like that, but that just seems so petty. And it's like, I don't have time for that. I don't have time to get back at people like that. That's crazy to me. That you'd be willing to like spend time. You're got a job, you got a family, you got all, you know, hopefully other stuff going on, you know, and it's like you pick up your dog's poop or their dog's poop and put it on their porch or something. You know, it's like, what even is that?
Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah.
And in the big scheme of things, if a dog just like does one little plop somewhere, the rain and stuff is going to, you know,
Yeah.
whatever, wash away. As long as, I think the only areas you shouldn't let your dog do poop is if children are playing there. Because as adults, apart from us getting annoyed if we step in it, or I get all over my wheels, that's fun. It's only children because one, they'll be in it and the, you know, bacteria and they
That's gross.
put it all over the faces and stuff. So
That's
that's
gross.
yeah.
Yeah. Well,
And if you're so disappointed that somebody's dog's pooed in your yard, just clean it up and put it in your own trash can.
yeah.
Pick
Well-
your battles.
I feel like that's a good episode for today. Hopefully y'all got something out of that. I just, like I said,
I can't believe you turned the tables on me though.
I can.
Well,
I'm glad I did. Yeah. Hopefully y'all got something out of that and enjoy that episode. Normally it's opposite seats. Normally Sally's
It
asking the
is.
questions, but she has a lot of knowledge and experience and stuff. Talked to thousands of people on the phone over the years. At this point. So, anyways. Trivia question of the day was,
here we
which
go.
dog breed was originally bred to hunt lions in South Africa? And you have no idea.
No, I want to say something crazy, and I don't know why this name has popped into my head. But like, is it a Vizsla? Is that the word? What's the
It's a Vizsla.
a Vizsla?
Yeah. No. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Borbal. You know what that is? A Borbal?
Yeah, you put it on your tree.
Okay. Haha. Okay. So
You don't call them
A,
baubles, do you?
Borbal. B, Basenji. C, Rhodesian Ridgeback. D, Anatolian Shepherd.
I've got no idea.
Do you have any ideas on what it's not based out of those? Borbal, Basenji, Rhodesian Ridgeback, Anatolian Shepherd.
No.
Okay. Well, she's not 100% on trivia.
I'm not 100% on this
Just
one.
take a guess then. Borbal, Basenji, Rhodesian Ridgeback.
Basenji,
No.
bauble,
No. Now we're left with two.
ridgeback.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I
Third
got
time's
it.
a charm.
There you go.
Yep. Rhodesian Ridgeback, developed by hunters in South Africa. They were prized for their courage, stamina, and the distinctive ridge of hair running down their
Yeah.
backs. They weren't used to kill lions, but to track and hold them at bay.
Okay. Now, I don't think we've trained many of the others, but what does the
Basenji?
Basenji look like?
That's the barkless dog. They don't bark.
There we go.
They make
Okay.
more of a yodel noise.
Yeah. Okay.
Borbals are, I don't know if they're in the Mastiff family, but they're huge dogs.
I think we've
We've trained a couple.
We've trained a couple of those.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
I remember one. It was like, and she was like a little nervous, like kind of standoffish meeting me. And like, this was like a 6-month puppy and she was huge. And the guy got her to go on the fishing boat with him because he had some guys like pull up to him one day and were like, I guess being rude to him while he's fishing. So he got a Borpal to put on the boat. And I'm like, yeah, you don't have to worry about anybody messing with you anymore because this dog will like huge. It's like a cane corso almost in terms of like.
We are working with, we're having so many people with baby Caney Corsos these days.
I really only met one purebred Anatolian Shepherd, and we trained her. And she was great. She was so fun and sweet.
Cute.
But we trained a number of Rhodesian Ridgebacks over the years. Number of them over the years. So good dogs. Fun.
Pity there's no lions for them to chase.
Yeah, well, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you, like I said, got something out of this episode. If you like the show, feel free to hit the subscribe button. If you like the episode particularly, that'd mean a lot to me and Sally. And if you want to interact with us, leave a comment down below. Just type in a comment, ask a question. I think that's pretty much it. You got anything else?
No.
All right. Well, folks, remember, you can get your dog trained, and that can get you some peace, but the only way to true peace is through Christ Jesus. So with that being said, we will see y'all on the next episode. And yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.
Bye.